It's Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Thanks for joining me today. I feel blessed to have another day of life, another day to speak with all of you. And again, thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I want to get right into it today. We have a lot to talk about. I printed up a bunch of articles. Feel free to comment on any of this. Markets at all-time highs. Sleepy Joe digging his heels in. He won't go. He won't go. I forecasted that he would be out this week. We'll see. It's only Wednesday. We'll see. But I think at some point he is gone. So we'll see how it plays out. Markets at all-time highs. But are you feeling better when you go to the grocery store? Are you feeling better when you write that rent check? If you're looking to buy a house, buy a car, services, utility bills, are you feeling better because markets are all-time highs? Is it benefiting you at all? Probably not. You are paying more for goods and services, and you're going to continue to pay more for goods and services because inflation is not going away. No matter what they tell us, we know the reality is things are getting more expensive, and the quality and quantity is less and less. I want to start with this first article today coming from wolfstreet.com, and it's titled, "Here Comes the Housing Inventory as Sales Plunge. Active Listings Explode in Tampa, Orlando, Denver, San Diego, Jacksonville, Miami, and surge in other metros." So we're beginning to see more and more cracks in the real estate market, and we're going to see more and more because qualified buyers are shrinking. There are less and less people qualified to buy homes. Their credit's being destroyed. Their cars are being repossessed. There's more evictions. They're falling behind on the credit card payments. And their credit is being destroyed and they cannot qualify. They also are not making enough money to qualify to buy these homes. They don't have enough to put down. They have too much debt. So we're going to watch a lot of things happening in the housing market. Here's another one today from The Hedge. Housing market cracks. Record number of listed homes have price drops. We were told that real estate only goes up, never goes down, but now people, sellers, are beginning to wake up to the fact that the economy is not strong, the consumer is not strong, and the pool of qualified buyers continues to shrink. It says here, prices at all-time highs, but the number of transactions has collapsed while the number of new listed homes is surging. And last but not least, the number of price drops just jumped to the highest on record. Wait a little while longer, ladies and gentlemen, because you ain't seen nothing yet. This is going to get very, very ugly. And, you know, as they say, greed kills. And a lot of these people just got so greedy with their homes, selling their homes, asking ridiculous prices, thinking it's, 2022 again. And it's not. And they're going to get caught here. And now they're beginning to chase the market down. If you don't get ahead of this market, you just keep chasing it, you're always one step behind. It's going to cost you money and more money and more money. If you're looking to sell, my advice would be get in front of this market, be the best price home on the block. So that you're the next sale. But too many people just think their home is better. They think the market's going to turn around. We're going to have a new president. Everything's going to turn around. They're going to slam interest rates, so mortgage rates will come down, and the job market's going to improve, and this utopia is going to show up and appear and save the real estate market. It's not going to happen. It's going to get very, very ugly, in my opinion. Now, this was a very interesting article on The Hedge. Many of you, if you watched, I think we filmed it last September in Texas, the tiny homes. Got a lot of views, got over 700,000 views on that video. If you haven't checked it out, go to my tiny home video in Texas. Title this, kind of like communist housing meets corporate housing, Lennar showcases new Texas home builds. A lot of things happening in Texas. I've never seen so much construction taking place in my life. Single family, multifamily, commercial, and now they're literally building a prison community for $197,990. Lennar's website shows a community called Rissinger Court Community in Fort Worth, Texas. These are big, 763 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, no garage, $197,999. Can you imagine what is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house at 760 square feet. What does that even look like? The homes that we videoed in September, they were 400 square feet, I believe, roughly about 400 square feet. These are 763, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and you're going to spend almost $200,000. Now, I was checking out some of the pictures of this development. Rissinger Court community, it's called. It does look like a prison community. It really does. It looks like an army barrack. They are literally little shoe boxes, literally 3 or 4 feet apart from the next one. And they're just stacked in a row like an army barrack or like a prison community. The question is, would you spend nearly $200,000 for one of these? They didn't even have a tree. And what was interesting on the website, they have renderings of these homes on their website, and all these little homes, the homes look different. They look like really nice little cottages with trees and bushes and flowers and grass. Nothing like what they're really selling for $197,990. The real life property looks like a tiny little shoebox with some paint on it. Absolutely shocking what people will pay for a house. And I think a lot of people are going to regret these bad decisions. And look, I'm not here to judge. If you want to buy a shoebox, a 700 square foot shoebox for $200,000, no garage, you just park, in front of your house in this parking lot. If you think that that's the best you can do, then, God bless you. But it is amazing what is going on in this economy, in the real estate market. People still will do anything in order to own a home, I guess. What are these things going to be worth when this market flips? And this real estate market will flip. What are these things going to be worth? $50,000, $60,000? I mean, it's absolutely shocking to see what is going on in these markets and what people are willing to do, what they're willing to pay to live in a little box in a prison community. $200,000, you can live in a prison community, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening to this country? Here's another one, New York Post. Wendy's, Jersey Mike's franchise owners slash hours, jobs to offset labor costs from California's new $20 minimum wage. So everybody thought this was a great idea, but now people are finding out that now you're losing your job. And let's remember, believe it or not, a lot of people, their career is in fast food. It's in working at restaurants. It's in leisure and hospitality. These are new careers. Many, many years ago, when I was growing up, these were jobs that high school kids would work at, college kids would work at, retirees would work there part-time for a couple extra bucks. This is what people did. Now these are careers. This is what people do. They will work at 1 or 2 of these jobs, as many hours as they can get, maybe 3 of these jobs. This is what they do. And many of these people have college degrees, but this is where they work. My question to all of you is, now that people are losing these jobs, losing their hours being slashed, how are they going to survive? People are in very, very big trouble. And let's all remember, nobody is immune from losing a job. So make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have those cash reserves put away. Make sure you're paying off the debt. The biggest thing I could recommend today to everybody, as somebody myself who has paid off all debt, pay off your debt. You will sleep better. You will be healthier. You will be just more secure in life, and you will be able to weather these storms. Think about people who are deep, deep into debt and they lose a job. They are literally going into chaos the minute they lose their job, because most people are paycheck to paycheck. Kroger and Albertsons to close these 63 stores in California under the new merger. Now, this has not gone through, but if it does, this merger goes through. 63 Kroger and Albertsons stores right here in Southern California are gone. Think about how many people are going to lose jobs. Think about the tax base. These are anchor stores. These stores support smaller stores around the grocery stores. But Again, how many people, 63 stores in Southern California, how many people will lose their jobs? 35 Illinois Mariano's jewel stores to be sold if Kroger-Albertsons merger proceeds, and it gives a full list. So we've got 63 stores in Southern California, 35 stores in Illinois, more vacancies, more people losing jobs, more people unemployed, especially in Illinois, they cannot afford to lose any tax base. And in California, we're running a huge deficit here now too. We cannot afford to have places of this magnitude closing down. We cannot afford to have people losing jobs. And Illinois is going to feel the pain too if this merger goes through. Sid sent me this last night. I thought it was pretty interesting. Retailers now charging upwards of 35% interest on credit cards. If you have a Macy card, 34.49%. You got to be effing nuts to be using a card at 34.49%. Let's just say 35%. You better pay that thing. You better pay that thing off at the end of the month. Let me tell you. I mean, think about, gives an example here of $1,000 balance on your Macy card. So if you make the minimum payment, God forbid, on your Macy card with $1,000 balance, you're going to be in debt for about 58 months. That's about 5 years. Total interest, $1,047. People are doing this. People are doing this. People just have this no care attitude that they're going to ride or die. They're going to go down with the ship. They'll worry about it tomorrow. Things are going to change next month. They're going to get a new job. It's just very, very dangerous thinking, and people are going to get severely hurt the deeper we get into this depression. I'm not even calling this a recession now. We've been in a recession for years. You know it. I know it. We are now into something much worse. We are in the first stage of this depression. And most people have never been through a recession, let alone a depression. You're going through a recession right now. This is why you're working 2, 3, 4 jobs. This is why you have no money saved up. This is why you're paycheck to paycheck. Albert sent me this today. Thanks, Albert. It comes from Forbes. Living paycheck to paycheck. Statistics 2024. If you get a few minutes, check this stuff out. First off, people might ask, what is paycheck to paycheck? What is this terminology, paycheck to paycheck? Well, it means that if you miss one paycheck, you're in a very difficult spot. You're in trouble. If after you pay all your bills, utility bills, your rent, your mortgage, the credit cards, etc., you literally have no money left over to invest, to buy tangible hard assets like gold and silver, no money for an emergency or lost income. So if your hours get cut or you get fired, you lose a job, you're in very, very big trouble. 78%, this is what it says right here in Forbes, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And it gives a little breakdown here of families. I won't go over all of this, but families with 3 kids, 46.7% of families with 3 kids are living paycheck to paycheck. Families with 4 kids, 42.6% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. That is unbelievable. We are in more trouble than you think. We're in much more trouble than the people on the television are telling us. We're being lied to daily about the real health of the U.S. economy. Oh, my goodness, stock market at all-time highs. The tech stocks just keep going up, pulling everything up. But you're going to the grocery store, you're going to the gas station, you're writing out those utility bills. I can tell you right here, utilities are screaming because it's been so hot. You're having to buy back to school supplies for the kids. You're paying your health insurance, you're paying your car insurance, you're paying your home insurance. It's going through the roof. I do not know how people are doing it, especially people with kids, families. This is unbelievable. We are really in uncharted water at this point, without a doubt. Nearly half of Gen Zers get help from the Bank of Mom and Dad report finds. So Gen Zers 18 to 27 years old are having to go to their parents to help them buy food, pay for groceries. That's the number one thing. The number one item on the list that Gen Zers need help with is food, eating. Without their parents, they're not eating. They're food insecure. And think about the danger this is putting in their parents. Now, maybe their parents are extremely wealthy, but for the most part, probably a majority of these people are probably not that wealthy, having to take care of their 18 to 27-year-old kids. And this is putting these older people, the parents, in jeopardy because they have their own bills to pay. They're fighting inflation, and now they have to buy food or help pay for rent for their kids who are 18 to 27 years old. 15% of Gen Zers have already maxed out their credit cards. Anybody telling you and I that this is normal, that things are wonderful, that this is a good economy, a booming economy, that consumers doing well, there's all this opportunity out there, these people are flat out lying to you. Here's another one today from The Hedge, and this should concern everybody. F-16 fighter jets now on their way to Ukraine, White House says. So presently, we are training pilots at Air Force bases in Arizona and San Antonio, Texas. If you want World War III, you may just get it. You may just get it. So we're training the pilots, and we're building the planes and sending them over there, and this war is going to continue. More people will die. I'm not going to sit here and get political. I'm not taking sides. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I don't want to see Ukrainians die. I don't want to see Russians die. I don't want to see nobody die. I want to see no wars. I just like it better when the world is more calm, complacent, and less people are dying. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what nationality. I don't care where they're at. I don't want to see people die. I love people. And I want people to have a healthy, safe life. And this is not going to help. This is going to extend the war. This is going to extend more loss of life. And this is really putting our nose into the business of these countries over there. And this is going to jeopardize American life. And look, we've already had a Russian sub floating off the coast of Florida, and now we're sending jets over there. My biggest fear is something happens right here. I cannot stress enough that you continue to prepare with food, water, training, gear, etc., etc., etc. Because if we keep doing stuff like this, we're gonna get ourselves into trouble here. We just want World War III. But what most people don't understand, this is not Iraq. This is not some little Middle Eastern country. This is a nuclear superpower that is floating subs off the coast of Florida, setting up, a base over in Cuba. Who knows what they're doing in South America? They're now befriended with China, another nuclear superpower, huge military. I mean, we are asking for so much trouble here. Would you send your kids to go fight in Ukraine? I mean, most people don't even know. If you gave them a map, they wouldn't even be able to find it. Most people couldn't even spell it. Yet they're talking about a mandatory draft. How would you feel if your kids got drafted and had to go to Ukraine and fight? I mean, how do you, I think about what happened in Afghanistan. Think about the people that lost their lives, lost limbs in Afghanistan, Iraq. And now we're out of there. What did we get? What did they get? What was it like? What did it all mean? And what is this going to mean at the end of the day? I mean, this is absolutely one of the most dangerous things this country could do. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Last article, New York Post. I stress daily with all of you, situational awareness, be ready to rock and roll, be training, be proficient, know how to use your hands, your body, know how to use those tools. New York University student, ex-Korean Marine, paralyzed from waist down after crash with armed carjackers. Finance manager, Juno Kim, 23 years old, less than a month into his summer analyst role at New York City-based M&A advisor, Clemma Capital. Now his dreams have been slashed because he is paralyzed from the waist down by some armed carjackers. How quickly life can change, how quickly you can be in danger. Do you think Mr. Kim ever thought this would happen to him when he left his house or his apartment, going to work at his dream job here in America? Do you think he ever thought this would ever happen to him? Probably not. That lovely elderly couple in Newport Beach at Fashion Island from New Zealand visiting, Southern California, going, oh, it's Newport Beach, it's so safe, what could possibly happen? And the lady is mowed over by a car during an attempted robbery in the parking lot of one of the most prestigious outdoor malls in America. You cannot think like this any longer, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. The question is, are you prepared to deal with this if the circumstances arise? Think about this. Put the odds in your favor. Make sure your kids go out there too, that they have some skills. Don't let them go out in the world without the proper training, without the proper skills. Put all the odds in their favor. Give them the advantage. Otherwise, you're sending them out there and they're not going to have the advantage. They're going to have a disadvantage. Comment down below. The news just continues to get worse and worse and worse. People want to call it doom and gloom. You can call it whatever it is. This is a lot of doom and a lot of gloom, and there's going to be a lot more to come. You're going to see a lot more lawlessness. You're going to see a lot more things probably happening here through the use of computers and cyber attacks. There's people from all over the world here who don't like you and me, and things are going to happen. And I have no doubt about that. So you need to be preparing about it. Also, we have plenty of our own crime right here in America, born and raised right here in America. Now we're importing it from all over the world. So you're going to be contending with a lot. U.S. crime raised right here, and the crime that is being imported from all over the world. So the likelihood of you having to defend yourself or engage with a criminal every day is going up. I hope it never happens. I pray to God it never happens to you. But the possibility every day increases. I hope you're preparing mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Get in the best shape of your life. Know how to protect yourself with that body that God gave you. Know how to operate those tools. Get the debts paid off. I cannot stress this stuff enough. Reading this news today, while the markets hit all-time highs, this is not normal, and things are really going to break loose here in this country, economically and socially. Be prepared. God bless. Be walking close to God. Number one thing in your life should be God. Walk close to God. Like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on any of this. Maybe this is a little too scary for some people, but if you live in the real world, you need to be preparing for real world events. Talk to all of you very, very soon.